Brawl. She was recently a finalist in the prestigious comedy Brawl competition. She's very funny. Put your hands together for Salma. Hindy.
Super excited to be here. I was a little late coming because my neighbor confused me for their Uber driver. How's your Wednesday night going? I'm just kidding. My husband doesn't let me drive. I don't have a husband. I'm single. I'm 27 and single, which my parents means that I'm old enough to be a mother of 3, but I'm too young to be allowed to stay out past 10 p.m. So I'm an engineer, but I'm still trying to do that math. My parents are originally from Egypt. They moved to Canada in the 70s, and they had me and all my older siblings here. But after they had me, they were like, listen, we just don't think it's stereotypical enough for you to be a Muslim woman, born and raised in the West, living in a post-9/11 world, so why don't we just like spice that up a bit and make 9/11 your birthday? Yeah, which one is Shannon? We're twins. Yes, yesterday was my birthday. That is not my first time showing this much love for being born on 9/11. 91191, that's my date of birth. Now I know all my passwords. But I was on the phone with a lawyer one time, and he asked me, what's your date of birth? I was like, September 11th, 1991. And he was like, oh, that's unfortunate. I was like, the 9/11 or the being born part? Because my parents would agree with you more so on the being born part than the 9/11. I'm just kidding, they condemn both incidents. Really? I don't understand why people get so awkwarded out when I tell them that my birthday's 9/11. Like, where are you going with this? Are you somehow insinuating that like my family carried out 9/11 as some sort of a birthday gift? Because they don't like me enough to put in that much effort. Like they only remember because it's on the news. Speaking of my parents, I feel like mine are super overprotective because they have this paranoid idea of who I am versus like who I actually am in real life. Like they're convinced I'm currently dating 5 to 7 guys and low-key going to strip clubs anytime I leave the house past 9. Whereas the real me needs like 5 of my girlfriend's approval before talking to a boy. And up until last week, I thought Zanzibar was a kebab restaurant. Like, sometimes I wish I was as cool as my parents accuse me of being. So for undergrad, I did engineering, and we have a super intense final year design project. So people like stay in the lab till 3 a.m., they go home, come back at 7 a.m. So I did that for a few weeks. And my dad comes up to me and in the straightest face, he's like, Salma, are you living with someone? I was like, Dad, I can't even get a guy to tag me in a meme, let alone like ask me to move on. Like your expectations are way high. Like the last man who's seen me naked was my doctor at birth. Like, you need to remember I'm an engineer. My social skills are not the smoothest. How did everyone's summer go? Good? Anybody go to any weddings this summer? Yeah? How many weddings do you guys go to? A few weddings? No? A lot? Anybody go to no weddings? Oh wow. You need to get yourself some Muslim friends. You know why? Our first date comes with cake and 500 other guests. So, has anybody here ever caught the bouquet at a wedding? Yeah? Are you married? Soon? Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Congratulations, everyone give it up for this is what always goes down when we're at a wedding, right? Everyone's just like chilling, and then an announcement goes off. They're like, excuse me, can we get all the single ladies, everybody who binges Netflix till 3 a.m. crying over the crush that doesn't know they exist, everyone who's re-downloaded Tinder for the 16th time this month, please make your way up to the front. We're about to toss the bouquet. like, can we just like go watch? And they're like, can we just like get closer? And they're like, okay, maybe we'll just like rip that bitch's scarf off, okay? Give it to me! None of you can say that last line because it is a hate crime. Recently, I was online, doing some online shopping, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna treat myself, as one does every week. So while people can shop for clothes, I have an extra dimension. You, sir, what's your name?
Scott.
Scott, do you happen to know the name of what I'm wearing on my head? What it's called? Anybody want to help him?
Hijab.
Yes! Give it up. What's your name?
Jeff.
Give it up for Jeff, everyone. And Scott. It's called the hijab, and I get a lot of questions about it. People often ask me, are you hot in that? The answer is yes. But I'm hotter without it! When someone tells me that I'm pretty and I'm wearing the hijab, I'm like, you fool, you haven't even seen me in my final form. That was a Dragon Ball Z meme that I stole from Okay, here's a follow-up question to everyone. Did you know that the hijab fashion industry is actually a multi-million-dollar industry? Yeah, you know how I know? Because white men are getting in on it. Yeah, should have raided our closets, not our countries, am I right? This is actually a social justice workshop. Coming. So, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy myself one. So I went on a hijab website, and I saw that they had just released a new hijab. I'd say this hijab looks like it was made with like a $12 fishnet Fabricland fabric, sprinkled with some Dollarama glitter. And it was being sold for, I'm not kidding, $325 US. $325 for a hijab?